it's Amanda. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about why Amoonguss is so much more popular than Brute Bonnet. Even though Brute Bonnet is a Paradox Mon, and a lot of Paradox Mons have been extremely popular in the Series 2 format. So both Pokemon have access to the extremely powerful move Spore, which has 100% accuracy and will put your opponents to sleep. Remember that sleep is an incredibly powerful status condition because it's a little bit random, there is some variance, but you have at least one guaranteed turn where your opponent's Pokemon will not move, cannot do anything, and you could have up to 3 of those turns. So sleep can be incredibly powerful, especially if the luck is in your favor. So both Pokemon have access to Spore, but Amoonguss is more popular because it has a better defensive typing and the Regenerator ability. Brute Bonnet is a much better offensive threat, statistically, looking at its base stats and its move pool, but it's not as viable as a tank as Amoonguss is. On top of the defensive typing, Amoonguss also has the Regenerator ability, which allows it to heal HP when it's switched out and back onto the field. Since at higher levels of gameplay, especially in a tournament setting, pivoting is incredibly important. Regenerator is actually a very good ability, and the ability to regain health is invaluable in settings like that. Also, Amoonguss has access to move Pollen Puff, which, while allowing it to heal its allies, again, the ability to regain health and heal is crucial. The move Pollen Puff allows Amoonguss to heal its partner ally next to it, but it also allows it to deal damage to opposing Pokemon. And remember that Pollen Puff is a bug-type move, and Brute Bonnet is 4 times weak to bug. So even in that sort of 1v1 matchup, Amoonguss wins almost every time against Brute Bonnet. Also, in referring to Amoonguss's better defensive typing, it has the ability Regenerator, but it also resists both Fairy and Fighting, which is really helpful in a Flutter Mane and Iron Hands metagame. So as long as Iron Hands is so popular, I think that Amoonguss will continue to be more popular than Brute Bonnet, specifically because Amoonguss resists both of Iron Hand's stabs, Electric and Fighting. So if you're wanting to use Brute Bonnet instead of Amoonguss, you're going to want to build it as more of a hybrid offensive support mon that can be used for more offensive gameplay. So it can hit really hard with moves like Sucker Punch, Seed Bomb, Crunch, while still having the option to provide support with moves like Spore and Rage Powder. But its 4 times weakness to bug-type moves is honestly pretty bad, especially with the prevalence of things like U-Turn as a switching move. One U-Turn from Meowscarada can just take out Brute Bonnet if it's not built correctly. Now, you could, of course, mitigate that with a Terra type, like a Dark Terra type to boost up Sucker Punch, or a Water or Fire Terra type for defensive purposes, but you also really don't want to commit your Terra type to a more support mon like Brute Bonnet. So, for those kind of reasons, Amoonguss works better as a more defensive, tanky status condition user. However, keep in mind that because Brute Bonnet is slow, because it's more offensively viable, it's a really good option for Trick Room teams. Because it's super slow, it can deal a lot of damage with Loaded Dice and Bullet Seed, and Photosynthesis gives it really great synergy with Torkoal. One way that you could use Brute Bonnet is instead of making it a Spore/Rage Powder support Pokemon, you could go more hyper offense with it and use it on a hard Trick Room team. If you're looking for a Trick Room counter, however, you're probably going to be better off with Amoonguss rather than Brute Bonnet because it is more useful outside of Trick Room than Brute Bonnet is. So that was just a really quick discussion about why Amoonguss may be more preferred, more popular over Brute Bonnet. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you use Amoonguss? Do you use Brute Bonnet? Have I said anything that you disagree with? Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like it. I'll see y'all later. Bye!